7. Jesse James. Jesse James, a notorious outlaw, evolved into one of America's most legendary folklore heroes. From a young age, he was a Confederate guerrilla fighter. Alongside his brother Frank and others, they transitioned their military skills into a life of armed robbery post-Civil War. This infamous group, known as the James Gang, was branded as horse thieves, murderers, terrorists, and robbers. Despite their criminal activities, Jesse's daring exploits were romanticized by the public, elevating him to the status of a modern-day Robin Hood, albeit without evidence of him stealing from the rich to give to the poor. Robert Bob Ford, initially an admirer of Jesse, soon met his idol when the gang, needing new members after a failed heist, recruited him and his brother Charles. The Ford brothers reportedly only partook in one train robbery. However, Robert's journey took a dark turn when he killed Jesse's cousin, Wood Height, during a dispute with fellow gang member Dick Liddell. Detained and questioned by authorities about Height's murder, Robert was offered a full pardon and a reward for capturing Jesse James, dead or alive. With his gang scattered, Jesse was left to plan his next heist with the untrusted Robert and Charlie. On April 3, 1882, while Jesse was distracted by a newspaper report about Liddell's capture and confession, Robert, fearing Jesse's wrath, shot him in the back as he adjusted a picture on the wall. Jesse was just 34. The Ford brothers were swiftly arrested, pleaded guilty, sentenced to hang, and pardoned all in one day. Yet, Robert received only a fraction of the promised reward and was vilified as a coward for his betrayal of the beloved outlaw. Charles Ford committed suicide in 1884, and Robert, struggling to capitalize on his infamy, was killed on June 8, 1892, by Edward O'Kelly, who might have been seeking revenge or notoriety as the man who killed Jesse James' assassin. 6. Selena. Selena Quintanilla Perez was a remarkable American-Mexican singer-songwriter, actress, model, fashion designer, and spokesperson whose star was on the rise. Tragically, just 2 weeks before her 24th birthday, her life was cut short by Yolanda Saldivar, a fan who also managed her fan club and boutique. Dubbed the Mexican-American Madonna, Selena's popularity soared in Mexico and was rapidly growing in the US thanks to her genuine personality and distinctive fashion sense. She was on the brink of international stardom, having just completed her first English album. The incident unfolded when Selena met Yolanda at a motel in Corpus Christi, Texas, to retrieve some financial documents after Yolanda had been fired from the family's boutique due to missing funds. During this meeting, Yolanda fatally shot Selena, who then stumbled into the lobby and was rushed to Memorial Medical Center, where she was pronounced dead an hour later. Yolanda, who was considered one of Selena's biggest fans, held police in a 9-hour standoff before surrendering and was subsequently sentenced to life in prison. Selena's death was a devastating loss, but her legacy continues to inspire and resonate with fans worldwide. 5. Dimebag Darrell Abbott. Darrell Abbott, famously known as Dimebag, was a monumental figure in heavy metal, leaving an indelible mark as Pantera's iconic guitarist. Throughout the 90s, Pantera reigned supreme with chart-topping albums and sold-out tours, cementing their legacy. However, their journey ended in 2003, leading Dimebag and his brother to form Damageplan. Tragically, during a Damageplan concert, a devoted but troubled fan, Nathan Gale, cut Dimebag's life short. Gale, a former Marine with deep-seated issues and an obsession with Pantera, harbored a misguided belief that Dimebag was responsible for the band's split. On that fateful night, Gale infiltrated the venue, leaping a 6-foot fence and storming the stage. Amidst the opening chords, he unleashed his fury, shooting Dimebag at point-blank range and claiming more innocent lives in the process. Witnesses recall his chilling words, "You broke up Pantera," echoing through the chaos. A heroic police officer intervened, ending Gale's rampage with a decisive shot to the head, rescuing a hostage and restoring a grim semblance of order. This tragic event underscores the profound impact of Dimebag's legacy and the devastating consequences of unchecked mental illness. 4. Andrés Escobar. The passion of sports is undeniable, captivating fans around the world. Tragically, this fervor turned fatal for Colombian captain and defender Andrés Escobar. In the 1994 World Cup, his accidental own goal led to Colombia's 2-1 defeat against the USA, resulting in their elimination. Just 10 days later, Andrés, known for his gentlemanly conduct on and off the field, was brutally murdered. Blamed by some for the loss, he was harassed by drunks outside a Medellin bar and shot 6 times on July 2nd. He was only 27. Colombia, a nation gripped by drug cartel violence, had seen notorious kingpin Pablo Escobar killed a year earlier. Although not related to Pablo, Andrés' murder highlighted the pervasive violence. His killer, Humberto Muñoz, was sentenced to 42 years, but served only 11, never revealing his superiors. Today, Andrés is honored not only in Colombia, but by soccer fans worldwide, a symbol of the sport's deep, sometimes perilous passion. 3. Christina Grimmie. Christina Grimmie, a rising star who finished third on the 6th season of The Voice, captivated millions on YouTube with her soulful renditions of popular songs. Tragically, her promising career was cut short after a performance at the Plaza Live in Orlando. While signing autographs, Grimmie was fatally shot by Kevin James Loibl, a man obsessed with her. According to his only friend, Corey Dennington, Loibl's fixation led him to undergo drastic changes: LASIK surgery, hair implants, teeth whitening, weight loss, and even embracing religion, all in an effort to be noticed by Grimmie. On that fateful night, Loibl, armed with 2 guns and a hunting knife, approached Grimmie for an autograph. She welcomed him with open arms, unaware of his deadly intent. As she reached out to hug him, he shot her. Grimmie's brother bravely tackled Loibl, who then turned the gun on himself. Despite being rushed to the hospital, Grimmie succumbed to her injuries. The motive behind Loibl's horrific act remains unclear, but Dennington observed that Loibl's frustration grew whenever he was reminded of the impossibility of a relationship with Grimmie. In his delusion, he chose to end her life rather than face reality. 2. Rebecca Schaeffer. Rebecca Lucille Schaeffer was a vibrant, promising actress in the late 80s, best known for her role in the sitcom My Sister Sam. Tragically, her life was cut short by an obsessed fan, Robert John Bardo, a case that forever altered stalking laws. Bardo, infatuated with Rebecca, began writing her letters, to which she kindly responded, even signing one with a heart and a peace sign. Despite multiple failed attempts to meet her at the studio, Bardo's obsession escalated after seeing her in a provocative film scene. Determined to find her, he paid a private detective $250 to locate her address through the DMV. On July 18, 1989, Bardo confronted Rebecca at her home. Angered by her dismissive response, he shot her at her doorstep and fled. Bardo was convicted and sentenced to life in prison without parole. This heinous crime led Governor George Dukmejian to pass a law preventing the DMV from releasing personal information, and by 1993, all states had implemented anti-stalking laws. Additionally, the LAPD established the first ever threat management team to protect individuals from such dangers. 1. John Lennon. The world was left in disbelief on December 8, 1980, when John Lennon, a beacon of peace, was tragically gunned down. Lennon's timeless contributions with the Beatles and his solo work resonated globally, inspiring countless individuals. Yet his life was cut short by the violent act of Mark David Chapman. On that fateful day, Lennon, accompanied by his wife, Yoko Ono, was returning from a studio session. As he exited his limo outside his home, Chapman seized the moment. Despite being rushed to Roosevelt Hospital, Lennon was declared dead on arrival at the age of 40. Chapman, an obsessive fan, had even secured Lennon's autograph just hours before the murder. He claimed his actions were provoked by Lennon's statement that the Beatles were more popular than Jesus and perceived hypocrisy regarding materialism. Though only Chapman knows his true motive, he pled guilty to second-degree murder against his lawyer's advice. Sentenced to 20 years to life, Chapman has been denied parole repeatedly since 2000, expressing remorse for killing his idol. If you enjoyed this video, please consider giving it a thumbs up and subscribing to our channel for more content. Also, don't forget to share this video with your friends. We appreciate your support. Bye.